Hello everybody, my name is Aud and welcome back to the Aud Narrations channel. Today we're reading a story titled, My Boyfriend Slept With Another Girl. As always, if you appreciate these videos and want to see more, make sure to hit the subscribe button. You know why. Alrighty, let's make a start. The post reads, literally, he didn't have sex with her, but he slept in the same bed together, bodies touching, in a tiny twin-sized bed. He, male 19, and I, female 20, have been together for about 6 months. He goes to college in another state, but was in town visiting me for about a week. It was an amazing week, and I finally said I love you to him for the first time. He's been saying it for a while, but I wasn't ready yet. He was at my place until about 4 AM, and then headed out to catch a flight back home. That night, he got home, and we were texting about anything and everything like we usually do, and he said he was in bed and made a joke that I should come on over. I tried to call him at this point, but he declined, and I asked why, and he said it was because of his roommate. This struck me as odd, because his roommate was supposed to be out of town for Thanksgiving. I was still feeling a little weird, but just played it off and asked him to send me a cute selfie before bed, where he proceeds to send me one of him fully clothed up against a wall. I replied, "That's not bed," and he said, "Sure it is." Sent me a photo of his feet on the bed, and that's when I saw in the background that it wasn't his desk. It was his girl bestie's desk. I asked him who it was 3 times, and eventually had to say I knew whose it was before he admitted. At that point, I was already upset that he had lied to me. Why was he over at her place after midnight, after being awake for 24 hours anyway? We tracked each other. He was the one who initially suggested it, but I barely ever used it. I checked, and sure enough, he was there. I was up all night checking to see if he was still there, and sure enough, he was. That morning, I told him I hope he'd had a nice sleepover, which is when he proceeded to ignore me the entire day, while posting photos with her. When he finally replied, it was snarky comments and him saying that he didn't want to walk home 5 minutes away in the cold. He never even apologized, even after I asked him to. This was so out of character for him. He's always been the sweetest guy, and we haven't gone any longer than 6 hours without talking since April. We had actually talked about adult men and women sleeping together platonically before, which I had said I didn't think was okay, especially if one or both of them were in a relationship. I don't care if he agreed or not, but he knew exactly how I stood on the situation, and still did it, and lied to me about it. He swears nothing else happened, but after all of this, I don't know what to believe anymore. So what do I do? I don't want to stay with someone who cheated on me, but he's my best friend in the whole world. Do you think we can still stay friends? We have so many plans for the future. TLDR, my boyfriend slept in a bed with his girl bestie, even after knowing I wasn't okay with it, and then lied about it directly to me. Can we still be in each other's lives? The short answer, I think, is no. He's lied to you about his location, he's lied to you a bunch of times that night. What makes you think he was telling the truth about not sleeping with her? Food for thought. Let's have a look at the comments. Someone left a comment saying, "You're getting played. Good luck." And someone replied saying, "This is so brutally honest, perfectly succinct, and funny as hell. Lamau." Yeah, it's very brutal. I agree with that. Someone else left a comment saying, "He's 19 and slept in another girl's bed. Would you sleep in another guy's bed for any reason? What do you think would happen if you did? It's over. He ended it when he hooked up with this other girl. He's just a douche and won't break it off with you. He's making you do it. Oblige him and move on with your life and leave him in the past." Someone else replied saying, "Don't tell him why. I'm serious, it won't make any difference. You'll feel so much better about how things went if you just walk away." There's a woman on TikTok who recommended it, and dear God, I wish I'd known that when I was her age. Don't reach out, block him on everything. Go on with your life. And the best friend aspect, would you be friends with that scum? I mean, if I had a best friend and they suddenly showed me who they really were, I would disappear. So don't do the dance, don't act like he mattered. Ghost him, block him, walk away. It's going to bug him worse than anything you could have said in your final discussion. I think that's that is a fucking fantastic move, to be quite honest. Literally, not even like they're dead to you. They don't need a reply. They don't even get a voice to speak. Someone else left a comment saying, "He knew you would be upset, which is why he didn't FaceTime. He purposely did that because he knew it was wrong, and then afterwards he ignored you and tried to make it your fault for acting crazy. Even if he's not cheating, which he probably is, he's not acting like someone who cares about you and your feelings. You need to move on and get the respect you deserve. 100%. Someone else has left a comment saying, "I would have an issue dating someone who slept in bed with the friend of the opposite sex. We wouldn't be compatible. And you know if roles were reversed, he would have an issue for sure. For me, that is a deal breaker. The fact that he's treated you with that way the next day and ignored you is a bigger red flag. It sounds like he has no respect for you. 100%. Someone else left a comment saying, "It happened to me. I let it slip under the rug. Even after telling the guy I'm not okay. It continued to happen. The snarky behavior, the attitude, the social media posts, and even sharing location. It all made me feel like I was doing something wrong, like not trusting him, or being jealous for no reason, or I'm crazy. It's all toxic behavior that's not worth putting up with. I was dumb and spent 3.5 years, from 18 to 22, with the guy. It emotionally ruins you. And he won't leave you. He likes to have you emotionally attached to him. You need to cut him off and leave. He will stunt your growth. My biggest regret is not leaving early enough." I think that he likes to have you emotionally attached to him is the most important point here. Like, he's a bit of a parasite at the end of the day. He doesn't care who the host is. He just wants that attention. It's pretty grim behavior. Someone else left a comment saying, "You already know. He can't be your best friend because he's claiming her as his. And guess what? Friends don't treat true friends like that. So the question is, what are you going to do? Are you willing to keep being disrespected?" And also, this said it all. They quote, "He proceeded to ignore me the entire day, posting photos with her. When he finally replied, it was snarky comments and him saying he didn't want to walk home 5 minutes away in the cold. He never even apologized, even after I asked him to." And they write, "Why is he even worth fighting over?" Someone replied to this saying, "Yep, that's his backup girlfriend, soon to be full-time girlfriend." And someone replied to that saying, "Yeah, she's about to be the main girl." Fucking hell, comments on this one are brutal. Cutthroat. Someone else left a comment saying, "So the fact he knew this was a boundary for you, lied, and then got mad at you is not a good sign, and it sounds like you might not be compatible. That being said, I have on several occasions shared a bed with a guy platonically. A couple of times after one too many drinks and not being able to get home safely, many times while traveling, with a few different dudes. Nothing happened any of those times. At least one of them was in a relationship. It's totally possible." Someone else left a comment saying, "I think that while the process of breaking up and losing your friend is hard during the present time, it's a form of grief. Trust me when I say it's very unlikely that you'll regret it in the future. At least I am, and will be thankful to past me for cutting ties with my ex-situationship. We weren't even committed, but he lied and broke my trust, which was beneath my standards for friends, and ended our friendship that seemed great at the time. We texted every day, throughout the day too. Is there any particular reason why you would want to stay friends, let alone best friends and partners, with someone who's okay with breaking a boundary and lying to you? Also, were these plans that the two of you made as a couple or as friends? Staying friends with an ex can get very complicated and painful. Use the time that you have to reevaluate your relationships. Is he the only friend you can make plans with? Is this a wake-up call to make more friends or grow other current friendships? What happens if he chooses his new girlfriend over you? What if he respects the boundaries that his new girlfriend sets, that he broke when he was with you? There are a lot of hard questions to deal with, but they're important to reflect on. You deserve better friends and partners, people who respect you and don't lie to you or break your boundaries. Based on this incident, you may both love each other, but he doesn't seem to respect you, which is integral to any and every healthy relationship, platonic or romantic. While the phrase may be overused, there really are plenty of fish in the sea, so set your standards straight and take your time to explore yourself and other relationships. Fantastic message to finish. Right. What do you think OP should do? What would you have done in OP's shoes? Let me know in the comments. As always, if you enjoy these videos and want to see more, make sure to hit the subscribe button. That way you won't miss the latest upload. Alrighty, we'll have to finish that for today. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.